Let's get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, in the first place, we're very lucky that we've actually been joined by the in-charge metabolic general surgery, PIMS. He's none other than Dr. Atif Inam Shami Sahab. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Good morning.
Wa alaikum salam, Shehzad and Shisha, and the viewers of the PTV world. I'm very grateful for you to inviting me here.
Thank you very much for joining us, and you look very handsome early in the morning.
Thank you very much.
Right on point. And alongside Dr. Atif, ladies and gentlemen, we've actually been joined by someone who's sung more than 300 songs, not just for herself, for the public, even for PTV, Pakistan Television. She hails from Kashmir, and she actually sings in the native language as well. So before we move on, she is actually one of those patients who's actually going to share her success story, how Dr. Atif actually did a bariatric surgery on her and how she was able to not just lose weight but even get rid of diabetes.
Oh, brilliant.
This is one thing we really need to speak about. She's none other than Mr. Rizwana Khan. Hello, assalamu alaikum, good morning.
Wa alaikum assalam, everyone. Hi, good morning.
Hi, thank you very much. You said bariatric surgery, metabolic surgery. What is it? Please explain us and our viewers as well.
Thank you, Shehzad. You introduced very well about bariatric surgery, about body mass index, and about obesity, that it is a disease. Before, it was considered a condition. Exactly. Obesity is a disease, and it causes other diseases like diabetes, hypertension, lots of cancer, and stress disorder, as you said, already mentioned it.
Right.
So bariatric surgery and metabolic surgery is basically a surgery in which we use keyhole surgery, that we don't cut off the whole abdomen.
Okay.
We just go through small 4 to 5 incisions, and then for a layman person, we just alter the stomach and intestine. Either we reduce the size of the stomach, or also reducing the size of stomach, we also create a bypass or a new junction between stomach and small intestine.
Right.
So that food doesn't go through the first part of the intestine, and then
which is the larger intestine?
Yeah, no, not the large intestine.
Okay.
There are two kinds of intestine: small intestine and large intestine.
Yeah.
Small intestine, in average, in every person is like 7 meters.
Yeah.
All right.
So we need to just bypass first 1/3 of it,
Alright.
so that whatever we eat, not all of that will be absorbed.
All right.
Okay.
By the larger intestine?
By the small intestine.
Small.
All the absorption happen in small intestine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I understand this, and please correct me if I'm wrong as well. So first thing, this is something newer and way beyond liposuction, because earlier if we were talking about reducing weight, we were probably cutting down on the fat or
gastric
fatty
bands as
tissues
well.
already present inside you. So by this surgery, you're sort of increasing or reforming the metabolism of a person that was already existing. That is
Exactly.
brilliant.
Exactly.
How long have you been doing this for?
So you think everybody has fat.
Yeah.
Normal fat percentage in a man should not be more than 12 to 18%. For females, it is like 20 to 25%.
Okay.
So whenever this fat gets excessive, it's known as adiposity.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when this fat gets abnormal as well, or causes hormones which causes changes in the body which affects the organs like heart, kidney and liver and other organs.
Right.
So it is known as adiposopathy. So as you said, when obesity starts, when a normal weight person has more than 20% of his normal weight. For example, if a normal weight for a person is 70 kg, when he becomes 84 kg, then he becomes obese. Till 84 kg, he is an overweight person, and he can get lifestyle intervention like diet and drugs, and he can reduce his weight. But there are certain people, with increasing age, our metabolism gets slow as well.
Exactly.
And then when you pass this 20% level or cutoff, then it becomes really difficult. So there is a study from Sweden which says that in 10 years they took two cohorts or two groups of people. One were offered bariatric or metabolic surgery, the other went with the lifestyle intervention. At 10 years they saw that there was 0% relapse of obesity and diabetes in the person who took surgery.
Wow.
Whereas there was more than 50 or 60% relapses in the group which didn't have any surgery.
Yeah.
So in some studies even 100%. So this surgery is effective. So it gives you a sustained weight loss, and to top that off, it cures diabetes type 2.
Wow.
Wow.
And diabetes is a huge problem, and you people know that diabetes can affect the whole body. It can cause stroke, it can cause people to lose their limbs, then occupancy and financial losses. In Pakistan, we don't have exact figure, but in USA, 2017, there was $327 billion which was spent on treatment of diabetes alone. So if you treat diabetes, you can cut off those patients like heart bypass surgeries, amputation, dialysis,
Right.
or liver transplant. Even still, the #1 cause of liver transplant in USA is obesity.
Alright.
So obesity is such a dangerous disease.
Exactly, it is indeed. But at this point of time, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard what Dr. Saab actually had to say, and I think that it's wonderfully well on our behalf that we've actually invited him over the show as well, so that we can share this technology with everybody out there. Keyhole surgery, ladies and gentlemen, is not relatively very new, but over here in Pakistan it is, and we have very few doctors who can actually do that, or probably have the particular equipment to operate, or probably do those surgeries. But now very quickly, moving on to a success story, not just one, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
I think we should actually tell people we have a WhatsApp group, and on our WhatsApp group, ladies and gentlemen, our producer actually sent us like 10s and 20s or probably 30 different success stories of Dr. Saab, where Dr. Saab has operated and people have actually lost like 50 kgs, 40 kgs, and some people came in with diabetic issues as well, and they got rid of their diabetes type 2 as well. So over here, she thought that, okay, now I really need to opt for this surgery. And who told you about this surgery? Because this is relatively new in Pakistan.
मुझे खुद से फील होता था कि मेरा वेट बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, और मैं अपने आप को बहुत हेल्दी नहीं समझती थी, क्योंकि मैं वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस से भी बिल्कुल वेस्ट हो चुकी थी. और डायबिटीज़ का मुझे तब पता चला क्योंकि एक्चुअली डायबिटीज़ पेशेंट मुझे फैट से हुआ था, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं चला जब मैं अपने ऑपरेशन के लिए गई. और मुझे मोटिवेशन ज़्यादा मेरे बच्चों ने मुझे किया, मोटिवेट किया इसके लिए, और फिर मैं खुद से ही मैंने ये स्टेप लिया. फिर मैंने इस सर्जरी को सोशल मीडिया पे सर्च किया, बाकायदा पढ़ा, रीड किया. फिर जब मैं सेटिस्फेक्शन मुझे मिली और मेरे अंदर विल पावर आई, और फिर मैं गई, फिर मैंने कंसल्ट किया, और इन्होंने बहुत इस प्रोसेस को 6 मंथ्स लगे थे. और फिर मैं गई, और फिर इंशाल्लाह आपके सामने हूँ. मेरा 110 kg वेट था, और नाउ आई एम 58 to 60 in between.
That is very interesting, and right now looking at you.
इसके लिए ये है कि चूँकि डॉक्टर साहब ने तो अपना काम किया था. ऑपरेट के बाद जब मैं ओटी से नीचे आई अपने रूम में, तो इन्होंने मुझे ये कहा कि हमने अपना काम तो कर दिया, अब आपने साबित कदम रहना है कि आपने अपने आप को किस तरह फिट रखना है.
Exactly.
और मैंने उसको किया, बिल्कुल ऐसे ही किया. मुझे आज भी ये लग रहा है कि मैं उसी प्रोसेस में हूँ, मैं ओटी में हूँ.
और इससे पहले कि हम इस गुफ्तगू वेट as well. So let's take a good look at how she was before and how she is now.
Oh wow, let's do
this. All right. So where we see this ITP written, ladies and gentlemen, that's before, and that's not very good. But after is very good. Wow. A wonderful job done, I think. Dr. Saab ke haath mein lag raha shifa bhi bahut hai, mashallah.
Mashallah.
Kya baat hai. A difficult situation to opt for, because it kind of relates to the aesthetics. And when we speak about aesthetics, obviously relatively over here in Pakistan, all of these things in the urban areas are obviously now people are getting used to of, but in rural areas it's different. She hails from Kashmir, so coming all the way, getting in touch with Dr. Saab and deciding for something, whether, when whatever weight she had before, whether she's going to, probably get that feeling that, okay, I might, just lose up on or give up on life just because of the fact that I do not look good or I do something about it. Bataiye.
चूँकि जब मेरा वेट बढ़ता चाहे, क्योंकि 75 से विद इन 1 ईयर मेरा एकदम से
क्या खा क्या रही थी आप?
मैं
I don't think it has anything to do with what
खाने
you
से
eat,
नहीं
the condition, right?
ये अभी डॉक्टर साहब बताएंगे ना, खाने से ही होता है. बंदा और मोटा बंदा किस चीज़ से होता है? वैसे ही
बस
हवा से?
शायद कार्ब ज़्यादा थे, और मुझे प्रोटीन,
चिप्स
क्योंकि
बहुत
सबसे
खाती
ज़्यादा
थी.
मुझे राइस और ये चीज़ें पसंद थी, बिरयानी वगैरह. होल वेट
मटन
मुझे
पुलाव.
पता ही नहीं था कि होल वेट का क्या, प्रोटीन का क्या फैट से ताल्लुक है. कार्ब ज़्यादा होते हैं क्योंकि प्रोटीन को हाई होना चाहिए, अप होना चाहिए. और इसका मुझे अब पता चला कि कार्ब्स क्या है, प्रोटीन क्या है, जिंक क्या है. ये चीज़ें जब आप प्रैक्टिकली उस प्रोसेस से गुजरते हैं तो पता चलता है. और चूँकि जो मेरी फील्ड है, इससे मुझे बहुत फील होता था कि चूँकि स्क्रीन, स्टेज, मीडिया, के एक ग्रेशियस पर्सनैलिटी और ग्लैमरस होना चाहिए. अदरवाइज कैमरा तो इस चीज़ की बिल्कुल कंप्रोमाइज़ नहीं करता कि आप हेल्दी और मोटे लगो, मतलब वो आपको बहुत डबल दिखाता है. वैसे भी
अदनान समी को देख लीजिए,
उन्होंने भी करवाई थी, लेकिन ये जो सर्जरी है ये बहुत लेटेस्ट है, कैमरा सर्जरी है. मैं बहुत सेटिस्फाइड हूँ इस ऑपरेट के बाद, और अब तक मतलब मैं इस पे हूँ, और ये होल लाइफ मुझे ऐसे ही रखना है.
Inshallah. Okay, I really hope you continue. But now coming back to Dr. Saab, I have so many questions for you, and ladies and gentlemen, even when we were in the break, we were definitely talking about that. So like Shahzad asked, I'm going to add to that as well, and I want you to sort of answer it with stats and figures if you do have. What is the mortality rate for this particular surgery? Does it get very fatal in some conditions, or is it like smooth all the time? Does it only work for diabetes too? Does it also work for other diseases like probably which have obesity like PCOS, etc.?
Actually, obesity and its surgery is a very vast topic.
Yeah.
You talked about safety. It's a very safe procedure.
Okay.
And if we talk about the numbers, there's a Buchwald analysis of more than 87,000 patients. And they saw that mortality, you asked, any operation, surgical operation is not without mortality. Even if you go into any business, airplanes do crash,
Yeah,
cars
yeah,
do
of
get
course.
accidents, but nobody stops using them.
The risk factor
So
exists.
the risk factor is always there. So it is less than laparoscopic cholecystectomy, which is the removal of gallbladder, which is a very common surgery, and which is usually between 0.6 to 0.8%, whereas in bariatric or metabolic surgery in all kind of patients, in some patients who are wheelchair bound, who can't move, take a single step, who have a decompensated heart disease, very poorly controlled diabetes, these patients needs optimization before surgery, and this optimization sometimes takes 1 to 2 months. I have patients with me who couldn't wear their own shoes. They were so much obese. So what I did, I got them admitted, and then I put them on a special diet and physical therapy, so that they were able, those who were not able to move 5 meters, they were able to move 1 kilometer before surgery.
Oh, wow.
So this is optimization.
Exactly.
And this is how this surgery becomes safe. Then you need to have a very good anesthesia as well. The surgeon has to be skilled in this type of surgery, because it's, I sometimes call it buzz of this century. This surgery has given so many good results. Obese people are subfertile or infertile, both men and women.
All right.
Okay.
And one of the leading cause of infertility in young women or girls is PCOS,
Yes.
polycystic
So
ovarian
common.
syndrome.
Yeah.
And this treats more than 87% of the females who have PCOS. So as compared to the drug therapy,
Alright.
which almost has less than 10% chances. Whenever you go to a gynecologist, she would advise, lose your weight.
Yeah.
And you can do that if you are an overweight person.
Yeah.
And why do we get weight? Now this question also comes. Yes, one of the causes is genetic. We are all destined to be fat somehow. We are living in an obesogenic era because we have a lot of processed food available.
Exactly.
Processed food is not just bakery items or Pepsi, Coke, anything which is being produced artificially or altered. Even fish farms.
Yeah. It's not organic.
You say fish is healthy, but a fish grown in a fish farm is not healthy, because the fish in the river or seas is eating algae and getting omega-3 fatty acids from there. Whereas in the fish farm, they are given corn syrup or corn. So they are getting a lot of starch and carbohydrates. So they will be not healthy to eat.
Eventually
You will be
it will
thinking,
result
I'm
in
eating fish that's healthy, but that's processed.
Yeah.
So stop eating processed foods.
Okay.
The problem is that the processed foods are relatively cheaper, and the healthy foods are really expensive.
Really, that's
So
true.
that's why we see obesity not only amongst the rich, but also in the poor as well, because poor can't afford healthy diet.
Yeah.
Right. Just a small question to add to that as well. Is there a certain limit to which after which you won't treat a patient? Like you said, in case of Ms. Rizwana over here, she recently developed diabetes type 2 as well. What if someone has that for over so many years and it's out of control?
Then it's mandatory that he should or she should get surgery, because that's the only way out.
Okay.
The worst bargain you can get out of is a controlled diabetes.
Okay.
So we have various procedures, and the success rate of diabetes is various for them. Like for sleeve gastrectomy, it's around 60 to 80%. Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, similarly 70 to 85%. And then the procedure which I advocate mostly is mini gastric bypass. It is up to 95% success rate of curing diabetes. And rest of the 5%, the diabetes become controlled. You get off from the insulin, and if you are getting multiple drugs, you come back to only one drug, and then your diabetes is controlled or within the limit. So this is the results you can get from it. And as the business consultant is sitting here, and this program is going to 46 countries in the world, I hope lots of expats are seeing it as well. In USA, the gastric bypass surgery costs $23,000.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, in private setups, this bypass surgery costs usually between 6 to 8 lakh.
Okay.
So you can get a ticket, come here, get this surgery done, and go back.
And go
In
back.
that budget.
And still you will have some money. For the Pakistanis here, I tell you that a complicated diabetes, if you have a diabetes, the expense you will spend it on 2 years of treatment of diabetes. The similar expenses for this surgery, and you get rid of diabetes for life.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's a
That's
wonderful
nice.
example which you've shared.